Top 15 Small Towns in Oregon. Oregon has some amazing small towns that will blow your mind. From a place where you can dig for real fossils to a town that's sister cities with a place called Dult, Scotland, these spots are way more interesting than you think. Number 15. Prospect. Deep in southern Oregon sits Prospect, home to just 600 people. This tiny town is your gateway to Crater Lake National Park, which has the deepest lake in America at almost 2,000 feet deep. Prospect sits right along the wild Rogue River, where you can stay at the historic Prospect Hotel that's been welcoming visitors since the early 1900s. The town is surrounded by some of the best fishing spots in Oregon, and you're just 25 miles from that famous bright blue Crater Lake. Number 14. Prairie City. Prairie City in Grant County has about 900 people and started as a gold mining camp called Dixie back in 1862. The old mining town sits in the John Day River Valley and is surrounded by the Strawberry Mountain Wilderness. You can still see historic stone buildings from the mining days and visit the old railway depot that now houses a museum full of pioneer stuff and rocks from the area. The town is also home to prairie wood products, which makes lumber from the nearby forests. Number 13. Vernonia. With about 2,100 people, Vernonia sits along the Nehalem River, and you can still see its logging routes everywhere. The town was named after a daughter of one of the early settlers from Ohio. What makes Vernonia special is the Banks-Vernonia State Trail, which follows an old railroad line for 21 miles through forest and farmland. It's one of Oregon's most popular rail-to-trail conversions and perfect for biking or walking through some seriously beautiful country. Number 12. Manzanita. This beach town of 600 people sits in the shadows of Neahkahnie Mountain on the Oregon coast. Manzanita has 7 miles of wide sandy beaches that aren't crowded like other coastal spots. The town has a super chill vibe with local shops, yoga studios, and the popular Manzanita Farmers Market in summer. You can walk everywhere in town, and the beaches here are perfect for just relaxing without fighting tourist crowds. Plus, you're right next to Nehalem Bay State Park with great hiking trails. Number 11. Mosier. Mosier has just 400 people but sits in one of the most beautiful spots in Oregon, the Columbia River Gorge. This tiny town is surrounded by orchards and vineyards, with 3 wineries close enough that you can visit them all in one day. The historic Columbia River Highway runs right through here, and you can hike the Twin Tunnels Trail for amazing gorge views. Mosier also sits along the old Oregon Trail route, so you're literally walking in the footsteps of pioneers. Number 10. Gold Beach. With about 2,000 people, Gold Beach sits where the famous Rogue River meets the Pacific Ocean. This coastal town is known for jet boat tours that take you way up the wild Rogue River to see places you can't reach any other way. The town got its name because miners actually found gold in the black sand beaches here in the 1850s. You can still walk the beaches looking for gold flakes and visit that historic Hughes House, which has been turned into a museum about the area's mining past. Number 9. Paisley. Way out in Oregon's high desert, Paisley has just 250 people but hosts one of the state's most unusual festivals, the annual Mosquito Festival that raises money for bug control. The town sits on top of hot groundwater, and there's actually a geothermal power plant here. But the coolest thing about Paisley is that it's near some of the oldest evidence of humans in North America. The Paisley Caves have artifacts that are over 14,000 years old. It's also home to the Pioneer Saloon, which claims to be Oregon's oldest bar from 1883. Number 8. Fossil. Fossil has about 450 people and lives up to its name in the best way possible. It's the only place in Oregon where you can legally dig for fossils and keep what you find. Behind the high school, there's a public fossil bed where people have found leaf fossils, seeds, and other prehistoric stuff for over 70 years. You pay $5, grab some tools, and start digging for pieces of history that are millions of years old. The town is also the county seat of Wheeler County, which is Oregon's least populated county. Number 7. Carlton. Carlton calls itself Oregon's wine country capital, and with good reason. This town of 2,000 people has about 100 residents for every winery. That's a lot of wine in a small space. You can visit places like Lemelson Vineyards and Carlo and Julian Winery, all within walking distance. The town sits right in the heart of Pinot Noir country in the Willamette Valley. Besides wine, Carlton has the Carlton Bakery with amazing European pastries and the Carlton Coffee Company for when you need a break from wine tasting. Number 6. Boring. Yes, that's really the town's name, and locals totally embrace it. Boring has about 8,000 people and was named after William Harrison Boring, a soldier who started farming here in 1856. The best part? Boring is sister cities with Dull, Scotland, and Bland, Australia. They call themselves the League of Extraordinary Communities. There's even an extinct volcanic field called the Boring Lava Field named after the town. The old railroad line through Boring is now the Springwater Corridor Trail that goes all the way to Portland. Now we're getting to the top 5 most amazing small towns in Oregon. Number 5. Brownsville. Brownsville has about 1,900 people and is famous for being the filming location of the classic 1980s movie Stand By Me. The town doubles as the fictional Castle Rock in the movie, and you can still see many of the locations where they filmed. Every July, Brownsville hosts Stand By Me Day with guided tours of filming spots. The town is also Oregon's 3rd oldest city, with buildings from the 1800s still standing. You can even see a penny permanently embedded in the road near City Hall. That's where one of the final scenes was shot. Number 4. Bandon. With about 3,000 people, Bandon sits on Oregon's southern coast and is famous for cranberries. The town grows so many cranberries, they host a huge cranberry festival every September. But Bandon is also known for having some of the most amazing rock formations on the Oregon coast, especially Face Rock, which looks like a giant face staring out at the ocean. The Bandon Dunes Golf Resort is built on cliffs 100 feet above the Pacific and is considered one of the best golf courses in America. Number 3. Yachats. Yachats, pronounced Yachats, has just 700 people but sits next to 2 of Oregon's most famous natural wonders. Thor's Well is called the Gate to Hell because it looks like the ocean is draining into a bottomless hole in the rocks. Nearby is Devil's Churn, where waves crash into a narrow rocky inlet and shoot water high into the air. The town's name comes from a Native American word meaning dark water at the foot of the mountain. You can watch these crazy ocean formations from safe viewing areas while staying in this charming coastal town. Number 2. Joseph. Joseph has about 1,100 people and sits at the base of the stunning Wallowa Mountains in northeastern Oregon. The town is called Oregon's Little Switzerland because the mountain views look just like the Alps. Chief Joseph of the Nez Perce tribe is the town's namesake, and you can learn about Native American history here. The coolest attraction is the Wallowa Lake Tramway. It's the steepest tram in North America and takes you up 3,700 feet for incredible mountain views. Downtown Joseph has bronze sculptures everywhere as part of the Bronze Art Walk. Number 1. Astoria. Our number 1 spot goes to Astoria, with about 10,000 people. This historic fishing town is where the Columbia River meets the Pacific Ocean, and it's famous for being the filming location of the Goonies. You can visit the actual jail from the movie, which is now the Oregon Film Museum, and see the Goonies house on a hill overlooking the town. Astoria is also where Lewis and Clark ended their famous expedition in 1805. The town has been used in tons of movies including Kindergarten Cop and Free Willy. You can climb the Astoria column for amazing views, or take the trolley along the waterfront to see where all those famous movie scenes were shot. These Oregon small towns prove that sometimes the best adventures come in small packages. Have you been to any of these spots? If you're from Oregon, we'd love to hear what you think about these places. Drop a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe for more amazing small town adventures.